Hi everybody, it's Ashley from Soul Garden Health, and I have a great new recipe for you to try today. We are going to make a chickpea cookie dough. So if you're one of those people like me who loves chocolate chip cookies and especially eating the dough, which isn't the greatest for you, this is a healthy recipe that you can eat raw or you can cook into cookies if you wanted to. So let's go ahead and get started. So the main ingredient obviously is going to be chickpeas. So chickpeas, or garbanzo beans, what they're also called, are a great high fiber bean. And the key to this recipe is you're gonna have to take a little time, and I've already done this, and peel that little skin off of your chickpeas. So if you're using canned chickpeas, which I'm using today, you wanna rinse them really, really well, peel off the skin, and get that skin off, and that's gonna help take away a little bit of the bean flavor. So we're gonna add those into our blender. And then we're gonna add a little bit of a nut butter here, or a seed butter. So I'm actually gonna use tahini, which is a sesame seed paste. So it's very similar to making a sweet hummus here in this recipe. But cashew butter would work really well. That's a really neutral butter with a little sweetness. That'll give you a nice cookie dough flavor. Almond butter or peanut butter would work well also here. If you use peanut butter, you're definitely gonna get more of a peanut butter cookie taste. So if that's something you like, you could do a chocolate chip peanut butter flavor, and that would be really nice. So we'll add in, I have a 1/4 cup of tahini or any kind of nut butter, and then we're gonna add a little bit of flaxseed. So I have 3 tablespoons of flaxseed, about an 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and an 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda. That salt and baking soda is gonna help give you that cookie flavor, and if you decide to bake these, the baking soda will help it lift and rise a little bit. So that's gonna help kind of hold everything together. Flaxseed is really great, high in fiber, high in omega-3 fatty acids, and when you mix it into a recipe, it works as a binder, the way gluten in flour would work. And then we're gonna add some sweetness here. So I've combined some sweeteners to give this a little more of a soft consistency, and also give us a couple little variety in the flavor of sweetness. So first I have 5 medjool dates that I pitted and chopped, and we'll add those in. And then I also have just about 1/3 of a cup of coconut sugar. So this is a better alternative than white sugar, which is very refined and processed, and will give us a nice sweet flavor for that cookie-like consistency. So the next thing we're gonna need to add in is vanilla. So vanilla really brings all the flavors together and is really a key component in a lot of baking, especially cookies, brownies, cakes, things like that. So add that little bit of vanilla. So we're gonna blend this up and see how it goes, and then I have a little bit of almond milk standing by. So if the consistency is still a little dry, you can add some almond milk or even water to get it a little more smooth and creamy. So we're gonna add this to either a food processor, or I use a wide base Vitamix, so you wanna make sure you have that wide base for these kind of recipes so it really blends well. And we'll get it together. So after you've blended for a little bit, you want to scrape off the sides, see how you're looking. Mine's still a little thick, looking good though. So I'm just going to add a very touch, maybe a tablespoon of the almond milk to help with the blending. And then scrape everything off the side so we make sure all the ingredients are getting mixed well. And we'll let that go just a little bit longer. Okay, so now that we have that nice and blended and a nice cookie dough-like consistency, we're just gonna mix in a few of either chocolate chips, or I'm using a raw cacao nib, which is an unsweetened chocolate. And we just wanna mix that on a very low level so that it is blended without being crushed. So always put that on low and mix in those chocolates. So that will be it. So these recipes are so quick and easy to do in a blender, food processor, and you end up with this really nice snack. And you can see you have this really nice cookie dough consistency and great flavor. And then you can mix that up a little more if you need to, really mix in those chocolate chips. If you wanted to add something like walnuts, or if you wanted to do this with raisins instead of chocolates, you have a lot of different options here once you have that cookie dough base, and you can give it a whirl. So that's what it's going to look like in the end. Healthy cookie dough that you can enjoy without any guilt. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you soon.